For those of you that don't know me, my name is Erin. So glad you were able to connect and maybe do a yoga practice today. So the yoga practice that we're going to do today is a yin practice. So in this yoga practice, we're going to be on the floor for all of our poses, and we're going to hold the poses for longer. So we're getting a little bit deeper into the muscle, into the tissues in a very safe way. Really taking our time, there's no rush, and really remembering throughout the practice to focus in on our breath here. There's no rush, and even thinking in between the poses itself, really making sure that we take some nice deep breaths, coming back to ourselves here, watching we're not getting, even though it is a practice for yoga and the poses, we're really focusing on this calm energy and this nice transition of calmness through the poses here. Now, before we get started, we may need a few props. So a few props today that we'll definitely use this one here. So this one, so whether you have the typical yoga strap here, or you could use like a scarf or a belt or whatever is very similar to these, they will do. We're just going to put them, close to the side within arm's reach for when we come to lie down. Also, maybe some cushions. So I have 2 here, but feel free to bring as many as you'd like. Make yourself super comfortable. And then a pillow, just your typical pillow. It's great to have here. Okay, so to get started here, if you like, you can sit on a pillow. This helps to raise your hips up a little bit, and sometimes it's a little bit nicer on the lower back here as well. Okay, so we'll get nice and tall. Oh, and one more thing. So a lot of the videos aren't going to have music, so feel free to, pause and get some music on that you really like and have that playing for you as well. Okay, so let's sit up nice and tall. We'll roll our shoulders back and down here. Some nice deep breath. You can close your eyes or half close your eyes here. So just lengthening the spine here nice and gently here as we focus in on the breath. Allow the thighs to relax, and even the feet here. Nice calm inhale and exhale. Really allowing yourself to settle down into this space, into this time, into your body. Allow the shoulders to soften. And then nice and slowly, we're just going to start to circle the upper body. Now, for me, I find it comfortable to kind of draw the feet out a little bit further and then start some circles. So just starting some circles with the upper body here. So inhale, go forward. Exhale, round back. Inhale, forward, near. Exhale, back, far. What Sesame Street character said that one? Good. So we're just allowing a movement here. Inhaling forward. Exhale, rounding back. And opposite direction here. Inhaling forward. Exhale, round back. So seeing if you can really ground your seat bones nice and evenly into the earth as you allow this movement here. And always feeling free to close your eyes or half close the eyes here as well. And then when you're ready, we're just going to stack the shoulders over top of the hips here. And we're just going to do a little side stretch. So we're going to take our left hand and we're going to ground it down onto the earth, and always feeling free. If it's, feels a little bit far away from you or a bit of a reach, you can always put a pillow underneath the hand to help. Just making sure that you have enough of a grip here, that the pillow is not slipping. So when you're ready, seat bones nice and grounded. Grounding our left hand, inhale up and over with our right here. Good. And so you can find a place for that right arm. So whether it's stretching or the hand is on the hip, drawing elbow back, whatever feels best for you. Finding our breath here. As if we can breathe through the right side of our rib cage. And 2 more breaths here. And then nice and slowly up and over, back to center here. And just take a breath at center. So thinking, stacking the shoulders over top of the hips, nice and even. Grounding right hand down, inhale up and over with our left here. Good. Remember, option to draw the left hand onto the hip here, if it's more comfortable for the shoulder. Good. Relaxing thighs down. Nice even flow of breath. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. 2 more breaths. And then nice and slowly back to center here. Good. Nice reset breath. Lovely. So from here, a little twist. We're just going to look over towards our left. Now maybe this is the twist here where we're just looking with our eyes, our chin, or if very comfortable, maybe drawing the left hand back. Maybe the right hand comes forward, or maybe it's even on the left knee. So just twisting back just as far as comfortable, thinking the seat bone's still very nice and even. Allow the shoulders to relax down, an opening of the heart. Nice even flow of breath. Good. 1 more breath here. And then nice and slowly back to center here. Take a reset breath, thinking spine nice and long. And then when you're ready, slowly looking over to the right this time. Maybe holding here, or maybe drawing the right hand back. Maybe the left hand is just in the front here, or the left hand is on the right knee. So just twisting back just as far as comfortable for you. Nice even flow of breath. Really relaxed jaw here as well. Good. And then back to center here. Take a nice deep breath. Wonderful. Okay, so after all that stretching, I think we need to lie down. We still got more work to do here. But I do like to come to recline down just to get a little bit of stretching done here on the ground, just so that we can help soften the back. So I even know from myself, I've been feeling a little bit stiffer these days. It's like I'm turning into Smeagol. I'm rounding my back. Now we're just going to have our strap close by and just to the side here. Now from here, as we allow our back to relax down, we can do a little sway from side to side with the knees, or hugging the knees into the chest, and a little rock from side to side. Maybe even a little movement for the feet here as well. Really relaxing the back of the rib cage here, and then back to center. So from here, we're going to come into our bridge pose. So think our feet are hip width apart, kind of in line with our seat bones here. We can plant our arms down along our sides, palms down, and when you're ready, keeping the chin, the eyes nice and straight here, or maybe drawing the chin towards the chest a little bit here. When you're ready, lifting up of the hips, shoulders back and down. Our bridge pose here. It's really planting our feet, planting our hands, shoulders drawn towards the earth. A few breaths here. Good. Trying to keep the knees also hip width apart. Sometimes they'll like to sneak in. Holding here. You can always have a pillow or a block between the knees if you find that's helpful for you. And then nice and slowly lowering the spine down to the ground, thinking one vertebrae at a time. As soon as the hips reach the ground, we're just going to come into our butterfly pose. This is where we can even start to use some of our props a bit more. So maybe taking the cushions, just putting them underneath the knees. Just make sure our spine's nice and long. You can put your arms out into a T or alongside your head here. Just finding a place to kind of open up the shoulders a little bit here. And just a few breaths here. Just taking this pose as a releasing pose from our bridge. Allow the lower back to let go. And 2 last breaths. And then nice and slowly we'll draw our arms alongside our body. We'll slowly draw our knees up towards one another, grounding our feet, and we'll just slowly lift the hips up to lengthen the spine and then placing the hips back down. So from here, we're just going to set up a few props just for our following pose. So making sure that our strap is close by here once again, and maybe taking one of our pillows, our cushions here, and just putting it by the hip, and then having your second cushion here or pillow just close by. So we'll use that in a following pose here. Okay, so we're going to wrangle up our right foot here. We're going to stretch the back of our right foot or right leg. That would be awkward. So from here, little stretch. And if it's been a while since you've practiced, sometimes that back of the leg can start to tighten up a little bit. So just being careful not to kind of force the leg to where it, was before, if you were practicing frequently. Really being kind to the body. So here, our left foot that's grounded at the moment can either stay there or, if comfortable, extending that left leg out. So whatever feels best for you. So we're just going to allow a stretch here. So however it's comfortable for you. Think shoulders back and down. And allowing ourselves to be in this moment. To allow the stretch. To soften any tension that's in the belly here. Letting it all go. relaxing the jaw here. And just a few more breaths here. Now, if the left leg is extended, you can slowly start to bend the knee and ground that left foot down. From here, we're just going to take our right leg and we're just going to do a sway from side to side. Now, if comfortable, this is a familiar pose to you. Maybe putting the strap into the left hand if that's comfortable for you. And a sway from side to side. So sometimes putting the strap in the opposite limb's hand there can help with balance, because then we can take our right arm and hand and plant down. Good. So just going as far as comfortable here. It could be small movements or big movements, whatever feels best. Wherever you are, really think grounding the backs of the hips here. Stretch. Good. And whether our left leg is bent or straight, whatever feels best for us. Good. Oh, there's a bit of a release. A little snap, crackle, and pop. Okay, and back to center. If your left leg is grounded or straight, we're going to bend that knee and ground the foot. Now, from here, we're just going to open up the hip out to the side. And so this is where our second cushion can come into play. Sometimes putting it underneath the arm or the shoulder can be comfortable. From here, we're going to open up the hip just out to the side. And this is where one of our cushions can just kind of be underneath or by the hip to rest down onto. Once again, our left leg can be bent or straight. Good. And so we're just going to hold here. So seeing if you can put the strap or the scarf in the right hand so we can relax our left hand here. Nice even flow of breath. Really relaxing our shoulders. Just a gentle opening of the hip here. Keeping relaxing the jaw. A few more breaths here. Keeping relaxing the back down towards the mat. Nice even flow of breath. Last 3 breaths. I'm thinking no pain or strain here. Being really kind with the body here. Especially if it's been a while or it's your first time. So nice and slowly here. If our left leg is straight, we can slowly start to bend the knee, ground the foot down, and slowly come up with the right knee. So we can bend our right knee, we can take our strap just to the side, we can hug our right knee in, maybe a little movement of the ankles. Keep drawing the hips towards the ground here. Good, going in both directions with the ankle. And then when you're ready, we're just going to release our right leg and then releasing it down towards the earth here. Good. Allow it to relax here after all of that stretching there. Good. And then nice and slowly we can bend that knee and ground that right foot here. Now from here you can lift both hips up and then place them both back down. And even if you feel you need like a little extra movement, you can hug, both knees in, or maybe making some circles with the knees as well, just before we start the other side. So back to center, we can ground our feet down, and we're just going to set up some of our props for the other side. So we'll maybe have our cushion here just to the side, our second cushion. We'll have it just by the hip here once again, so get enough space. Good, we have our strap ready to go. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take our left foot here, stretching out the back of our left leg. So think hips nice and even, the spine nice and long, and aligning up the shoulders here. We're just going to find our stretch here. So however it's comfortable for the strap to be in the hands here. Good, holding here. And a little flex in the foot here. Good. And thinking the strap is gently pressing into the foot and the foot is gently pressing into the strap. So they're nice and equal, not one more than the other. Option to extend our right leg out. If the right leg is extended out, you can flex that right foot here, grounding the underside of that right leg. And even if it's, not touching, but you want to extend it, don't worry about it. Just imagine the energy from your leg. It's like these connective energies here reaching towards the ground here. Right. Okay, a few deep breaths here. And relaxing shoulders down. Relaxing our lower back. And just a few more breaths. And then nice and slowly here, we're going to start a movement. So the movement going left and right with our left leg. Now, option to keep the right leg extended or bending the right knee and grounding that right foot. So you can do a sway from side to side. So remembering that option of taking that opposite limb's hand, holding onto the strap here, and then grounding our left hand down. Sometimes that can help with balance here. So just going as far as comfortable. Remember, our right knee can be bent or straight. Just a little movement, helping to move any of the energy, helping to release it. Okay. And when you're ready, back to center here. And we're just going to open up the hips. So this is where some of our props will come into place. Remember that one of the cushions can be by the hip. One of the cushions can be by the shoulder, or just maybe underneath the shoulder a bit here. Remember, our right leg can be straight or bent knee. So just seeing what feels best. And when you're ready, we're just going to open up that left hip here. Good. There we go. Good. You can ground that right hand down or maybe out into a T if you'd like. And just a few breaths here. And that nice stretch. And sometimes it's nice even if you're kind of by a wall and you can kind of rest, your foot onto it. Actually feels pretty nice. Or does for me, made for you, maybe not. So just kind of see what works for you. allowing your body to soften into the moment, into this pose here. Just a few more breaths. Wonderful. 2 last breaths. Excellent. And then when you're ready, slowly starting to come back up with our left leg. We can find a bend in the knee. We can take our strap just to the side here. And we can hug the knee in. So remember, our right leg can be straight or bent. We can hug it in. Shoulders back and down. And then when you're ready, we can release that left leg and then slowly lowering it down. Allow them to both soften. It's real good here. Allow the feet to relax. They can fall to the side. Wonderful. One more breath. And then from here we can bend the knees, grounding the feet. And either sway from side to side or hugging the knees into the chest and little rock from side to side, or maybe even a little happy baby pose. Can be nice for the hips here. Good. And then when you're ready here, back to center, we can ground our feet here. And we can either roll to the left or to the right here, slowly coming up. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, so let's get some of our props organized here. And we'll just have them. It's always nice to have them just all within arm's reach. So just in case we need them. If you'd like, maybe sitting on your pillow there, if you'd like, just raising the hips up. We're just going to do a little cat and cow here. So with grounded feet here, we're just going to exhale out, rounding the spine. And then inhaling up. Exhale out, rounding the back here, chin in. And then inhaling up, heart forward. Just a few more breaths here. Inhaling up. Exhaling up. And then back to center here. So from here, we're just going to extend our left leg out and then our right foot. We're just going to draw it in a little bit closer, just a little open and close of the hips. Now feel free to draw the foot out further away there, so whatever feels best. So once again, we're getting a little movement for the hips here. Important to work those hips and stretch them out. Have you been spending more time watching TV? Maybe not. Maybe you've been busy. Okay, and then when you're ready, drawing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh or even calf here. So finding which one feels best. Wherever you are, really thinking about a nice long spine. So some things that we can do to just adjust if needed. We could always take one of our cushions and just put it underneath our knee, our thigh, if that's a bit more comfortable for you. And then also for the other pillow, if you find having that straight leg, it's just not comfortable. And don't worry about, that right foot, touching, it has to touch. If we're starting out, or the body's feeling, no, it doesn't feel really good, drawing the heel up, closer to the hip there or to the inside of the thigh, just doing what feels right for you. So from here, we're going to take this as our forward fold here. Now, option, if you have your strap, what you can do this is going to be very nice and gentle, is just putting the strap behind or underneath that left foot here. And I want you to imagine, if you are using the strap, that's like you're holding on to like petals of a flower. So it's just very gentle. So it's just to help kind of guide the hands. Now you can hold here or having the hands here. And don't worry, so maybe it feels just good here and you hold here. And that's a great start. Okay. So when you're ready, or no strap, finding your variations. So a few breaths here. No pain or strain. Keeping that length of the spine. Just a few more breaths here. Not a long time here. Last 2 breaths. And then nice and slowly we'll walk our hands back here, sitting up nice and tall. So from here we can start to bend our left knee. We can draw our right knee up. Here, maybe a little lift up of the hips, or rock off one seat bone, then the other here, just to help lengthen the spine. Grounding our feet, so maybe our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. We can draw our hands back and a sway from side to side here. Good. And then we'll set up for opposite side here. There you go. So just a little release, and sometimes if you find, take a little bit longer for a release, or you find, oh, I just want to stretch a little bit differently wherever you get your release. So for our opposite side, our seat bones even, extending our right leg out, or you can even put a bend in it, cushion or ground our left leg, our left leg, ground our left foot, and a little flow back and forth. Trying to keep up nice and tall here as we do this. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to open up that hip here. Just going to scooch this over. You can use another cushion there if you'd like. Get nice and tall with or without a strap for the fold forward. So maybe this is our fold forward here, or coming down further, or if it feels nice with the strap. Remember, the hands are just very nice and gentle here on the strap here. We don't want to force our body into a certain position that causes any pain or discomfort here. Keeping a little flex in that right foot here. Nice even flow of breath. Keeping that lengthening of the spine here. And 2 more breaths. And then nice and slowly, we're just going to start to come back up. So you can walk your hands back towards the body here. Take a nice deep breath. We can start to bend the right knee, drawing up with the left foot. You can just draw the pillows, the cushions to the side. Here we can lift up the hips or rock off one seat bone, then the other. And then from here, a sway from side to side here with the knees. Go. Wonderful. So from here, we're just going to come back to center. So we're just going to do one more seated before we come to lie back down on our mat. So here we're going to come into a twist. So from here, we're going to extend our right leg out. So option here to keep our left foot grounded just where it is, or crossing our left foot over our right. So whichever one feels most comfortable for you here. Keep nice and tall. Now for the twist, you can look over to your left, holding here. Or if you want to go deeper, grounding our left hand back, encouraging a little bit more of a twist. If really comfortable, maybe the right arm is on the outside here. Ahead. Good. Finding our twist. Just a few breaths here. Two last breaths. Keeping a flex with that right foot here. And then nice and slowly unwinding back to center here. If the left foot is crossed over the right, you can release here. We can bend that right knee here. Once again, a little sway from side to side here. Releasing upper body as well. Then back to center here. We're going to extend our left leg this time, thinking our right foot grounded on the earth on the inside of the left leg, or crossing over here. So just seeing which one works better for you. For this, I'm just going to turn to the side here, just for a moment. Good. So sitting up nice and tall, thinking shoulders back and down so we can look over to the right here, or if very comfortable, maybe grounding the right hand back. This is our twist. Or if very comfortable, maybe the left arm is on the outside of the right knee. So whatever feels most comfortable for you, thinking sitting up nice and tall, no force or pressure for the pose to look a certain way. Really listening to the body. Nice even flow of breath. Just 2 more breaths, not a long time here. And then nice and slowly we're going to come back to center here. And then we can release our right foot here. If crossed over, we can bend our left foot here. Once again, one more sway from side to side before we come to lie down on our mat. Go, releasing. Release that back. Release those hips. And then back to center, and we're just going to come to lie down on our mats here. Now, if you have a blanket or anything like that, you can have it close by here as well, or any socks or anything like that. For our later on Shavasana, our final pose, our resting pose. But a few more poses before that, just a couple. So from here, just taking a breath, and we're just going to do 2 poses that we've done already. We're just going to revisit them here. So now in reclines, one more sway from side to side. Lots of swaying from side to side today. Or you can hug the knees in, or happy baby pose here. whatever feels most comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, back to center, we can ground our feet about hip width apart. We're going to come into our bridge pose here one more time. Our arms along our sides. And then when you're ready, pressing into the feet, pressing into the hands, and slowly starting to lift the hips up off of the mat. Shoulders back and down. Few breaths here. And always feeling free if you're lightheaded, just slowly coming back down and just focusing in on your breath. Avoiding the eyes looking left and right here, once in bridge. Keeping the grounded feet, the grounded palms, encouraging shoulders back. Just 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready here, we'll slowly start to release the spine back down, thinking 1 vertebrae at a time until the hips reach the mat. Coming into our butterfly pose, the bottoms of the feet come together, that bent knee and knees out to the side. And so feel free here to add the cushions underneath the knees here, the thighs. Find a place for the arms, so whether the arms are in a T or alongside the head, or whatever feels most comfortable for you. Take a moment to line up the body, the spine nice and long here, and just finding our breath. Allow our body to soften and be completely relaxed. Like we don't have to hold our body in a certain pose here. We can just allow it to soften. And just taking this moment also to imagine that the air we breathe that is surrounding us right now, we are drawing in exactly what we need for today. So whatever that might be peace, confidence, love, whatever you need, imagine that energy, that thought, that feeling is surrounding you, and we can breathe that into every cell of our body. And just 3 more breaths here. And then nice and slowly, we can release the arms down along our sides. We can slowly draw our knees back up towards one another, grounding the feet, maybe a little lift up of the hips and then placing them back down. We're just going to draw our feet a little further apart, so maybe about hip width apart, or maybe as wide as the mat. So we'll do a sway from side to side here, seeing if you can keep the hips grounded on the earth here as we do this. And then when you're ready here, back to center. And we're going to come into Shavasana, so our last pose. So this is a pose where we can just totally relax here. You can put a blanket on if you'd like, or maybe even some socks or a sweater. You can even put a pillow underneath your head if you'd like. And we're going to be here for probably around 5 minutes or so here. So I'll be sitting up here. I'm just going to slowly, so you can stay as you are or adjust with blankets and pillows here. And I will hold our space for us here. So taking a moment there to get adjusted into your reclined position here. And then when you're ready here, you can close your eyes or half close your eyes and you can relax in your recline here. From here, just starting at the top of your head, across your forehead, cheek, and chin, and flowing down your neck. Exhale any tension out. Then moving along the shoulders, the collarbones, the arms, the elbows, through into the wrists and down to each finger. Exhale any tension out. Then moving along the rib cage, the belly, the hips sinking deeper into the mat. Exhale any tension out. Then moving along the thighs and knees, into the calves and ankles and down to each toe. Exhale any tension out. Becoming completely relaxed, completely where you're meant to be. Just taking these last few moments for yourself in peace. you're ready. Just starting to wiggle the fingers and toes, bringing awareness back into the body. Maybe opening the eyes, blinking a few times, allowing the eyes to adjust. And then when you're ready, slowly rolling to your right side for a breath, for a pause, before slowly coming up to easy seated position. And this is our easy seated position. And just taking a moment here, feeling the effects of the practice today. Take time to come back to your breath, your stillness, your peace. Thank you so much for coming to this practice today. Namaste. Until next time.